Good morning. It is 7:31 a.m. on Friday, April 2nd, 2021. I'm Christiana Ellis and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. Technically, I just got up and watched Falcon and the Winter Soldier. As mentioned last week, I kind of like this sort of new routine of having a show that I'm actually so excited to watch that I'll get up early to watch it. I don't know. I haven't felt that in a while. But yeah. Um, Without getting into any specific details, I've had over the last week or so kind of an object lesson in trying to talk through conflict with people that you care about. Um, it can be really hard to do sometimes, you know, determining like when it's appropriate to set firm boundaries and when it's appropriate to be forgiving and when you can figure out where blame for conflict is shared. and and I think often, most importantly, instead of trying to focus too much on, oh, this person did this person did that, having it be more about like, okay, you know, we've got a mess. Let's work together to clean it up. Let's figure out what that means and how to move forward, rather than trying to just constantly relitigate the things that had come before. But all that's very complicated. It's hard. I think we're honestly not very used to having those conversations. Um, yeah, it's hard, but I think one of the I don't know, the sort of refrains that keeps going through my head with some of this is the idea that like talking through your problems is not a guarantee of solving them, but not talking through them is a guarantee of not solving them. Um, yeah. So it's tricky, but I've just been kind of reflecting on some of that in the last couple of days. Um, in other news, I have a much happier thing to report, which is just that I've discovered a cool, cute little video game that is called Dorf Romantic, and it's DORF, which I am given to understand is German for village. And that makes sense because it is just a little village building strategy game. It's very simple, but it's got a beautiful little cartoony art style, and it's a game where it's pretty straightforward, where you just have a whole bunch of different landscape tiles, some that have little houses on them, some that have trees, some that have farm fields, some that have rivers or railroad tracks or whatever, and you are just given this stack of random tiles, and you have to just put the tiles anywhere you want. And the only real rules are that any tile with like a river on it has to be placed where the river will line up with another river tile, and same with railroad tracks. Otherwise, you can pretty much put them wherever you want, but what it does as you go is it occasionally gives you these little sort of like mini objectives where like you'll get a tile with a bunch of farm fields on it, and it'll tell you place this one where it'll connect like in a block with 15 other farm fields. And so you say, okay, well, this hex has 3 fields on it, and I over here already have 6 fields connected together. So if I put it there, that'll be 9, and then if I can add, enough more, then I get a little objective, and then basically completing those objectives gives you more tiles. And the idea is you just keep placing tiles until you run out of tiles, and you've made a beautiful little village thing. And it's very, there's no timer. It's very relaxing. It's a beautiful little art style. It's just a very chill strategy game that I heartily recommend. So that's Dorf Romantic, Romantic with a K. It's on Steam for like $10, and I have found it very soothing. So I'll leave it there, and I will talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes.